Hi friends, today we'll discuss about out of order. So out of order is applicable to CCOD accounts. Today we'll discuss what is CCOD account and how this out of order is applicable to CCOD account, how it is different from NPA. Or NPA and out of order is the same. So first we'll discuss about CCOD account. What is CCOD account? Cash credit and overdraft account, and it is a running account which includes credit limit is sanctioned to the account against some security. So this is called CCOD account. CCOD account is a running account. It is an operative account. You can do debit credits every day and you have a sanctioned limit against some security given by the customer. Up to the sanction limit or up to the credit limit you can use. Whatever the utilized amount, interest will be charged for the utilized amount only. So what is out of order? Account outstanding balance more than the sanction limit with few conditions, then this account is classified as out of order because you have sanction limit and always you have to maintain your outstanding balance less than the sanction limit. If your outstanding balance is more than sanction limit with few conditions, your account will be classified as out of order, means not in order. So what is difference between NPA and out of order? All the term loans will be categorized as NPA when these accounts are not performing. If it is a CCOD account, it is a running account, we'll call it as out of order. So NPA out of order is both, but conditions are different because in term loans we'll have one disbursement and monthly repayment, but in CCOD is a running account with daily transactions. So different approach for loans and CCOD for the classification of NPA. So for the term loans it will be called NPA. For the running CCOD loans it will be called as out of order. For example, we'll discuss about NPA. So loan disbursed on 10th January 2020 for 10 lakhs rupees. EMI is 15,260 rupees. Monthly repayments on 10th February, because after disbursement 1 month your repayment will start. You are supposed to pay first installment on 10th February. If you are not paid, then your DPD is calculated as 1 day from 10th day end. So 11th it will become DPD 1 day. This DPD is important factor for NPA categorization. How to calculate drawing power? For example, sanction limit as per the working capital requirements for a customer has given 10 lakhs rupees and the customer has given security value of 15 lakhs and 20% we kept it as a margin. 20% means 3 lakhs. So the security value is 12 lakhs. So what is the sanction given is 10 lakhs and security value is 12 lakhs. But drawing power will be whichever is less. So 10 lakhs is less. So 10 lakhs will be given to drawing power for a customer. So he can withdraw up to 10 lakhs rupees. For the out of order categorization, we have different scenarios. Now first scenario we'll discuss. Outstanding balance more than sanction limit for more than 90 days, then it will be classified as out of order. On 91st day of DPD, account will be moved to out of order. Outstanding balance means total amount due. This should be repaid by the customer to the bank. DPD means days past due, unpaid days after due date. For example, you are supposed to pay today. From tomorrow onwards, it will be days past due because today is the due date. You are not paid. From tomorrow onwards, DPD counter starts 1, 2, 3 like that. So this is called DPD. DPD CCOD sanctioned with limit as 10 lakhs on 1st Jan 2020. Outstanding balance on 10th January as 10 lakh 23,000. So on 11th January, DPD will be updated with 1 because on 10th outstanding balance is crossed sanction limit. So your DPD has started. DPD is 1 day on 11th January. On 91st day, your account will be moved to out of order status. You can see in my example, 1st January, your drawing power is 10 lakhs, sanction is 10 lakh, outstanding is 9 lakh 50,000. So your outstanding balance is less than sanction limit. So no DPD counter. On 3rd January, your outstanding balance has gone to 10 lakhs 25,000. So you have used 25,000 excess of your sanction. So your DPD counter has started one. Like that, it has continued up to 2nd April. So your DPD counter has reached 91 days. So on 91st day, your account will be moved to out of order status. In second scenario, outstanding balance less than or equal to sanction limit and there is no credits for 90 days. In previous scenario, your outstanding balance is more than your sanction limit, but here your outstanding balance is less than the sanction limit, but there is no credit for last 90 days. The scenario 2 will be calculated during quarter end. You know quarter end, one is 31st March, then June ending, then September ending, then December ending. On 31st March, when you verified the CCOD account, for the 31st March, starting of the quarter is 1st January, ending of the quarter is 31st March. During these 3 months, 90 days, there is no credit in your CCOD account. Then this account will be classified as out of order. Even though your outstanding balance is less than sanction limit, still your account will be classified as out of order on 31st March 2020. Scenario 3. Outstanding balance less than or equal to sanction limit and there is no credits or not enough to cover the interest debited during the same period, and also deficit in credits of previous quarter should follow to next quarter. However, excess in credit should not flow to subsequent quarter. So in this scenario, your outstanding balance is less than your sanction limit, but every month interest will be charged by the bank. So in a quarter, 3 times interest will be charged. Means 3 months interest will be charged by the bank should be repaid by the customer. If your credits are not enough to cover the debits, then your account will be classified as out of order. So in my example, I have given 2 quarters. So one you can see from October to December, second one I given from January to March. If you see in the example, from October to December, interest debited by the bank is 30,000 rupees. So October, November, December 10,000 they have debited your account, but you have credited only 20,000 rupees. So against 30,000 you have credited only 20,000. So your account will be moved to out of order status. Another example, I have taken same October to December quarter, January to March quarter. In October to December quarter, you interest debited by the bank is 30,000, but you have credited 50,000. So you have credited more than the interest. In this scenario, bank will go to previous quarter. Previous quarter is January to March. In January to March, you have 10,000, same 30,000, but you have credited only 5,000 rupees. In this scenario also, your account will be moved to out of order. Okay, if your credits are more than your debits in one quarter, it is okay. And bank will verify the previous quarter also. So always you have to maintain 2 quarters sufficient credits. Then only your account will be in regular status. Otherwise, your account will be moved to out of order. What is fourth scenario? an account where the regular credit limits have not been renewed with 180 days from the due date, that is renewal date, on 181 day post expiry of your account, this account will be moved to out of order. In this fourth scenario, you have sufficient credits in your account and your outstanding balance is less than your credit limit and you are repaying your monthly interest, everything is regular, but your regular credit limits have not been renewed. So all CCOD accounts will be given for long term, 10 years, 20 years, with every year renewal. So every year you have to renew your account, otherwise it will be moved to out of order. In this scenario, CCOD sanction date is 1st January 2019, period for 1 year, renewal date is 1st January 2020. So on 1st January your account should be renewed for another 1 year or 2 years or 5 years. If you are not renewed, for example, it is not renewed on 1st January and on 1st July your account will be moved to out of order because you have crossed 180 days. What are the accounting entries posted during out of order stage? So in a CCOD account, one will be your principal outstanding, another one will be your interest outstanding. So when account becomes out of order, these balances will be moved to shadow ledgers. For example, your loan principal balance is 20,000 and interest is 2,000. So NPA principal ledger will be debited with 20,000, credited with the normal principal ledger, and your NPA interest income ledger will be debited with 2,000 and it will be credited to your interest regular income ledger. These accounts entries will be posted during out of order stage. What is a provisioning? Different loans has moved to NPA status or out of order status. Every account will have a certain provisioning. So your DPD days was 91 to 364 days and your loan outstanding is 2 lakhs, then you have to make 10% provisioning. If your few loans are in 365 to 719 days, then you have to do a 30% provisioning. Then if your DP days are more than 720 days, provisioning will be 50%. So these provisioning amount should be shown as expenditure in your balance sheet. So if you have NPA account, then your profit will be less because this provisioning amount will be shown as expenditure. If you show the expenditure, your profit will be less. Thank you friends. If you like my video, please subscribe and share with your friends also.